Hi, this is Jeff here at Road Trail Run, and we're taking a look at the Chirp contour, decompression, and massage table, which is a professional grade massage table that specifically targets your back, neck, and shoulders with a series of rollers that roll along through the center here, targeting your spine. It's got these neck rollers up here. The Chirp Contour retails for $5.99. Comes with a remote here, which is really easy to use. I did note in my review that the lettering is a little small, but I have aging eyes, I admit. But what can be tough is that these little lights here, if the lighting is not great, it'll shine in your eyes and it's kind of hard to see. But the good news is that the buttons are really laid out intuitively. So after a day, maybe 2 days, I just kind of memorized where all the buttons were. So I don't even really need to look at it here. So it comes with this remote that's tethered to a cable here. It's got a long power cable, so it's pretty flexible. You can set it up, anywhere in the house. What's really nice is that, the remote is tethered with the power and data cable. All the controls go through the cable itself. But what you do is it's got a nice little pocket here, so you don't ever lose the remote, which would easily happen in this house. But one really nice thing is that it's got this little hatch here, and it comes with three different massage rollers. So this one is the contour roller, so it's got 4 different rollers on there. You've also got, this is the soft roller, which has, very soft, kind of rubbery, a little easier on your back. This is what I started off with until I got a little more used to it. And then you've got this deep tissue roller, which I tried once, but I have to say that was a little bit much for me. But I've settled on this kind of medium tension one here. But my initial impressions were, when I first laid on it, I was kind of a little squeamish, that's felt a little intense, but I'll admit that the times that I've had massages in the past, I've always gone with kind of a medium pressure. I'm a little bit of a wimp when it comes to massages. So, when I laid on this table, it felt a little intense, even on the lower settings. But, once I used it for maybe 2 or 3 days, I really started to get accustomed to it, and I was able to up the intensity a little bit. So basically you've got your power button here, and you've got a rolling action. With this button here, you can set the intensity from, low, medium to high. You got the decompression mode, which kind of has a little bit more oscillating and kind of digs in a little deeper. Or you can target it to one specific spot. So if like your lower back is hurting a little more, you can adjust the rollers to go down or up, however you really need. So you can just kind of hone in on the right spot. Then you've got these preset modes, warm up, recovery, and relax, which has, different oscillating motions. What I really like about this, it's not really cold yet, but the Chirp Contour is heated. So you've got 2 different heat settings. You can keep it off completely, or you can put it on the lower heat setting, the upper heat setting, and that's really nice. It helps kind of warm up your muscles and ligaments while the rollers do their job to loosen up your spine. And another feature that I really like on this is it's got the oscillating neck massage. So this is amazing. You can adjust the positioning of it depending on your height. So you basically sit your butt right down here in the end, and it's critical to get kind of lined up just right. I usually get my butt bones right centered, and then you can adjust this lower if you're shorter, or higher, if you're taller, obviously. I'm not sure the exact height range, but assume that it would fit somebody anywhere from 5 feet tall to well over 6 feet. And depending on how far you adjust this, the whole rollers in here will span the whole, if you have it way down here and you're shorter, it's just going to kind of do a shorter span. But if it's way up here, it kind of runs the whole length of your back, no matter how tall you are. So that's really customizable. And one thing that's really nice on the remote here, it has 2 presets. So if you're sharing it with somebody, you can set the presets right to where you want, kind of like a car seat, the seat in your car, with all the mirrors and everything. So that's really, really handy. So as it turns out, I listed in my review, one of the pros/cons is that this massage table is so fun to use, not fun to use, but it's so effective and really relieves back tension and neck tension, and really makes you more limber and flexible. So I have a wife and 2 daughters. My daughters are 15, so they're way too young to have back and neck problems, but they've been using it quite a bit. They're on the swim team, so I think it kind of helps loosen them up before and after swim practice. And my wife as well, she's a runner and also a nurse, and she's on her feet all day and comes home kind of sore from a long day at work, and she'll go ahead and lay on this as well. So pro/con, we're always fighting over who gets to use it. We almost need to make a schedule. But for my own personal use, I work at a desk all day. So I have a standing desk, so I'm up and down, and but I'm often getting sore just sitting. So this massage table has really, really helped me to kind of ease that chronic pain that I've been having. Also, being a trail runner and bicyclist, no matter how careful I am or how well my positioning is on the bike, I still have a sore neck and shoulders, particularly my trapezius. So when I lay on this, the neck rotation, it really digs in, gets my neck and shoulders. If I want to get my trapezius, I kind of back the positioning of it down. You can kind of hone it in right where you need, which is really nice. And then you can also reverse the oscillating mode, so it goes clockwise or counterclockwise. So you can fine tune it, depending on how you're feeling, and right where you need that pressure the most. But yeah, I typically do the rolling here, or maybe the warm-up mode. It does kind of a low pressure rolling action. I typically do the low or medium, but I'll lay on this in the morning before I go for a bike ride or a run. Helps loosen me up, and over the last few weeks it has really reduced the chronic pain that I've been having in my back and neck and shoulders, which has been really nice. And then during my work day, sometimes I'll just take a 10-minute break and go lay on the contour table, and helps me to loosen up. And then I'll do it, in the evening before I go to bed. So it's really nice. 2 or 3 times a day is plenty. And at $5.99, that's not cheap. That's not a small chunk of change to pay, but the contour table is really high quality materials, and the mechanisms and all the internal parts seem very high quality, and I'm confident that it's going to last a long time. It's just super well built. It's durable. It weighs 22 pounds, so it's light enough that you can carry it around. It's got this handy carrying handle here. It's 7 inches tall from the base to the top of the shoulder rollers here, so it can easily slide under your bed. So it's transportable. I think it's 43 inches long. So yeah, it's a compact size. It's just right. It stores easily, carried around, no problem. And like I said, $5.99 is not cheap, but when you think about, what a massage costs, it's pretty expensive. So just, several massages, you'd have this paid for. Of course, it only gets your back, neck, and shoulders, but, for me personally, that's all I need. And it's really, really helped reduce the chronic pain that I've had. I also had a T5 and T6 vertebrae fracture in March after a slip on the ice and a fall. So, I'm long over that. I feel like I've fully recovered, but I still do get a little bit of pain from that. And I would say this isn't a cure-all for all back problems. If you have any severe slipped or herniated discs or just had back surgery, you might want to consult with a doctor to make sure it's okay or safe to do so. But for most of the world who has some kind of back pain or neck pain at some point in their lives, whether it's from health problems or working at a desk all day or doing high level sports, running or cycling or anything like that, this is a huge help. It just helps limber you up and loosen you up. And I would highly recommend these. And thanks for watching.